Well, I too am a proud co-sponsor of the FIRE FAUCI Act. The reasons that have been given have been excellent. Let me add a little bit of my own. Dr. Fauci is consistent in just one thing, and that is inconsistency. Why should anyone believe anything Dr. Fauci says when he so quickly takes the opposite positions only a short time later? Dr. Fauci's emails prove that since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, his private communications were often very different from what he said publicly. On masks, in February of 2020, Fauci declared there was little effectiveness to wearing masks. Yet, in January of 2021, Fauci declared that double masking was, quote, common sense, end quote, and, quote, likely more effective, end quote. Yet the science is that some masks, like N95s and N100s, work very well, while some masks actually make the spread of COVID-19 worse. On the one hand, with respect to the economy, Fauci stated he cannot, quote, imagine shutting down New York or Los Angeles, end quote. Yet, shortly thereafter, in March of 2020, Fauci recommended a 14-day quarantine, then turned that into a month-long quarantine, then turned that into a 2-month-long quarantine, followed by an endless stream of attacks on states that, quote, opened too early, end quote, and praising cities and states like New York that stayed closed. Never mind that liberty-based states like Florida and Texas had a far superior COVID-19 death rate compared to shutdown states like New York, New Jersey, and Massachusetts. In 2020, Dr. Fauci, without adequate scientific data, speculated and repeatedly protected China and dismissed the Communist Chinese leak theory. Yet today, the scientific evidence is overwhelming that COVID-19 is a man-made virus and that the virus was man-made in the Communist Chinese Party's Wuhan bioweapons lab. The question is not COVID-19's origination point. The question is whether its dispersal was accidental due to negligence or recklessness or intentional, a question only the untrustworthy Communist Chinese Party leadership can answer. And in that vein, let me emphasize the kind of damage that has been done here in the United States of America by COVID-19 and around the globe. The Communist Chinese Party is financially responsible for these liabilities. You've got trillions of dollars that have been spent by the United States government that otherwise would not have been spent. You've got trillions of dollars in damage to the American economy that otherwise would not have been damaged. And you have unlimited amount of personal injury from deaths and injuries suffered because of COVID-19 and the Communist Chinese Party's intentional, accidental, or reckless malfeasance at the Wuhan bioweapons lab. In sum, America needs a COVID-19 expert we can trust. Trust in Dr. Fauci has been shattered. Hence, Dr. Fauci must go.